Let's make sure that we get comfortable in how we sit. Remember, you do not have to sit cross-legged. You can go long leg, one leg in, one leg out, whatever feels right for you. If you need something and you have something, you can actually sit up on it, whether it's a blanket, a pillow, or a block if you like. The block's not so comfortable, but it's there if you need that, just to kind of lift up the hips and take the pressure off the back. The shoulders slide down the back, let the chest rise. Let the chin come into a neutral place. And there will be distractions, and that's all right. You just take a moment and you let those go. And you focus in on your breathing. So if you have your mask on, you can keep it on, take it off. That choice is yours. I'm taking mine on. You can have the hands rest upon your thighs, upon your belly, one to the heart, one to the belly, whatever feels right for you. You close your eyes and just take a moment. You take a moment to settle into your body here. No judgment. No story. Just breathing in through the nose and breathing out through the nose, connecting with the body here. Noticing. How does it feel here? Where does it feel here? To be in your body. The bones, the muscles, the joints, and everything in between. Let your fingers relax wherever they are. As you breathe it all in, as you let it all go. Allow your face to get a little softer. And the hardest thing, allow your mind to get a little quieter. And how do you do that? Focusing on the breath. Breathing in and breathing out. So today we're going to work on a little bit of kitchen sink, a little bit of everything, but it's more about the winding down, the release and the let go. So even if you can't remember it all at some point, this is perfect to do right before bed, to get you set up, to notice, to let go and to relax. Or if you just kind of feel like you're a little bit wired and high up on energy and you need to turn it down a notch or two, that's what this is about today. So let's take that good deep breath in and slowly let it all go. Let the hands now rest upon the lap if they were elsewhere. The eyes are still closed, and with the strong, long spine, so you're sitting up nice and tall, just let the chin drop down towards the chest and shake the head no. As you do that, just kind of notice how the neck feels as you move it from left to right. Gently, kindness. Notice it. Hey body, how you feeling here? And then you're going to bring the chin back to center, right? As it keeps dropping down towards the chest, but the spine is still nice and long. On your next inhale, allow the chin to travel up the right collarbone to the right shoulder. And just kind of notice, how does that feel as you turn the head towards the shoulder, with the chin drop down? And on your exhale, the chin travels down the collarbone and back to center again. And you shake the head no. Next, inhale, the chin travels up that left collarbone to the left shoulder. And notice how that feels. Hey body, how does that feel? So when you travel with the chin, you might end up looking down, you might end up looking up or up to the side. There's no rights and there's no wrongs, it's just how you feel here. And on your exhale, the chin travels right back down that left collarbone, back to center. And the head shakes now. Next, inhale, you roll the shoulders forward and up, the chin comes up. Exhale, you roll the shoulders down in the back. And then you bring it back to neutral with the spine. Let's reverse it and make it exaggerated. So on your inhale, roll the shoulders up the back with those elbows. Exhale, down the front, and round out the spine a little bit. And then you bring the spine back to neutral. Hey body, how do we feel here? So let's do that again. We'll start with the dropping of the chin back down to the chest, shaking the head now. Next, inhale, the chin travels up the right collarbone to the right shoulder. Notice it. But we're going to add on. So while the chin is down towards the shoulder, take the right hand and place the hand on top of the head, over by the ear though. So it's the right hand is onto the head, over by that left ear. Not on it, but near it. Drop your shoulder down a little bit. Now, if you feel like it's too much weight and you feel like you're pushing your head down, release that just a little bit more and lift the hand up a little bit if it's too much. Now that left hand can rest upon your left thigh, but you can also take the left hand and let it drop a little bit towards the floor, just being a little bit more of a weight pulling things down. Or you can take that left hand and try and wrap it behind your back, reaching for the crease of that right hip, but still sit up tall. Notice, breathe, connect here. How do you feel this and where do you feel this? What are you noticing? What are you feeling here? The bones, the muscles, tendons, ligaments, fascia. Breathing all in, letting it all go. Release the left hand first and bring that back to the left thigh. Right hand releases next, and that comes down to the right thigh. Drop the chin back to center and let the chin roll to the left and to the right a little bit. And then allow that chin to travel up the left collarbone to the left shoulder and take a pause. Are you still sitting up straight and tall? Are your shoulders still down? How does this feel to be here again? So even though we know where we're going and know exactly where we're going to go and what we're going to do, just take a moment and take it piece by piece rather than rushing through. The left hand comes up and rests upon the head over by the right ear, and then you pause. You make sure that you have this right. You drop the shoulder, you lengthen the spine. If it's too much weight, the hand rises up a little bit to where it feels okay. You're not pushing and you're not resisting. Once you feel okay with that, and this is by choice, the right hand can stay on the right thigh, the right arm can just drop beside you, allowing that weight to just drop down through the shoulder. Or if you're feeling extra good about things, that right hand can wrap back behind you, reaching for the crease of the left hip. If it doesn't feel good, back off. Go back to one of the others. You don't have to go there. It's all about layers. And you notice here. How does it feel and where does it feel? How do you connect and where do you connect here? As you breathe it all in, as you let it all go. And the right hand releases, coming back to that right thigh. Left hand releases, coming back to the left thigh. The chin drops to center as you let the head loll from left to right. Next inhale, you roll the shoulders forward and up. Chin comes up. Exhale, roll the shoulders down the back. Then reverse it. Roll the shoulders up the back on the inhale. Exhale down the front, make it exaggerated. And then on the inhale, bring the arms out and up to the stars as if you're pushing everything together. On the exhale, the arms come back down. Inhale, the arms are going to reach out and up again. Keep the arms up as you, in your exhale, you're going to turn the torso to the right. Chin stays in line with the chest. Next exhale, the arms come down, and we find ourselves in a twist. Now, you want to make sure that you didn't twist too far. It's just the first one. So if you need to, back off a little bit. That right hand is back behind you or at a diagonal from the hip. That left hand is anywhere on the front of the leg, or if you have straight legs, on the outside of that right leg. And you just notice, hey body, where are we at? You don't want to lean forward, you don't want to lean back, you still want to have that straight spine, the chin is neutral, the chin is in line with the center of the chest. What tends to happen sometimes is that we lead with the shoulders and the chin rather than with the center of the torso, the abdominals in the back. That's where we want it. Take that good deep breath in here and let it all go. And then on your next inhale, the arms are going to come up as you unwind. Drop the shoulders, but keep the arms up. Imagine as if my hands are on your wrists, lifting you up to the ceiling. On your next exhale, chin stays in line with the chest. To the left you go. So the shoulders are down. The heart is open. You ask yourself, am I good here? Do I need to back off? Do I need to move in? Where am I at? How do I feel? Am I sitting up tall? Where's my breath? Is my mind still quiet? As you breathe it all in, as you let it all go. On your next inhale, the arms rise up, chin stays center. Exhale, the arms come down. Inhale, you roll the shoulders forward and up. Exhale, you roll the shoulders down the back. You're going to reverse it, roll the shoulders up the back on the inhale. Exhale, down the front. Inhale, arms out and up. This time we're going to interlace the fingers, turn the palms up, drop the chin to the center, round out the spine. So the arms come about halfway down and drop the shoulders. Push the palms a little bit more forward in front of you. Feel the shoulder blades as they move apart here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, slowly rise it all the way back up. And if you want to back bend, you can arch the spine and bring the arm just a little bit further back if you like. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Right leg is going to go long in front of you. And the left foot is going to stay on the inside of that right leg. Now, for those of you who feel it uncomfortable to sit with this left leg in this position with the foot on the inside and the knee bent, You can just straighten out that left leg and just kind of move it out to the side. We want our right leg though, our right hip and our right foot in line with each other. We want our shoulders down. And if you have blocks or whatever else you need to kind of lift up the floor up to you, you can have that and move that beside you if you need that. We start with a straight spine, always. Our chin is neutral, our glutes are grounded. Push through the right heel so you can get a little bit more with a hamstring stretch here. Imagine a ball into the thigh. You're going to lift up through the spine, and on your exhale, hinge forward. Down that right leg. Now what tends to happen is people want to reach and grab a hold of the foot and pull themselves down. Relax here. It's not about how far you go. Notice the low back. Notice the glute. Notice the hamstring. That's your focus right now. With the shoulder down and the spine long. And you breathe it all in here. And you let it all go here. And then on your exhale, collapse. Letting the nose come down towards the leg. And if you notice that your shoulders are sliding up to your ears, just walk the hands a little forward, down the leg, towards the feet a little bit more, not necessarily to grab a hold of them. And if you're finding that you're even gripping the floor, turn the palms up instead. Allow the body to feel like it's a rag doll. Gravity's doing everything here. Breathe. You have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. On your inhale, roll the spine all the way back up again. Roll the shoulders up to the ears. Exhale down the back. Inhale, arms reach out and up to the ceiling. Exhale to the right, you twist. So that left hand is going to go on the outside of that right leg. Right hand diagonal from the hip or behind the hip as you turn the torso to the right again. Chin is in line with the center of the chest. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, the arms come up. Exhale, the arms come down. We're going to bring the left foot to the floor, the knee up. And give it a little bit of a hug here. Drop the shoulders down and make sure that right leg stays nice and long. You're going to take a moment and kind of see how this feels. If this feels okay, this is where you want to be, you can stay here for what's happening next. We're going to end up in a twist. Otherwise, you can take that left foot and bring it over to the outside of that right leg. And see how this feels. Now the glute might come up a little bit and you might notice how it feels, and it feels a little wonky. Go ahead and bring that left foot back over to the right if you like. Sorry, the left foot over to the left again if you like. Or you can take that right heel and bring it over towards that left glute, bending that right knee. So you have 3 options for a twist. And no matter where you are in the twist, the right hand goes on the outside of that left thigh, left leg. Roll the left thigh in towards the belly. On your exhale, turn the belly, turn the torso to the left, and that left hand goes behind you, diagonal from that left hip. You stay active here, not passive. Spine is long. Shoulder stays down. Chest is lifted. You keep turning the torso to that left thigh. The left thigh keeps rolling in towards your belly. Feeling really good about this? Gently turn the chin towards that left shoulder. So why all the focus on the twist? Well, if you're winding down, twists are a great way to help in that manner. So close the eyes and breathe it in. Breathe in that low back. Breathe in the spine. Relax the shoulders. You have 5. You have 4. You have 3. You have 2. You have 1 more. Slowly unwind, bring the center, the chest back to center, the torso back to center. Let the legs go straight down the mat. Wiggle, squiggle, give a little shake if you like. Left leg stays long. Right knee bends, right foot to the inside of that right leg as you open up the right thigh. Again, see how this feels. Don't worry about having matching bookends. If this feels good, keep it. If it doesn't feel good, let that right leg go out to the side. Left hip, left foot, though, is in line with the hip joint itself. The torso is in line, so you're not off to the side either. Spine is nice and long, shoulders are down. Push through that left heel, and notice where you are here. So close the eyes and feel it. Connect with it. Hey, body, how you doing? Do you need your blocks around? Do you need anything around you? Do you need to move flesh away from the glute? Lengthen the spine. Imagine that there's a little ball under the thigh. And on your exhale, with a straight spine, chin stays neutral, hinge. Pouring yourself down that left leg without gripping. Soften the elbows. Notice the low back. Notice the hip. Keep pushing through that left heel for the hamstring. Are you okay where you're at? Do you need to back off? Are your shoulders relaxed? 5. Keep the engagement, as if the top of the head is trying to reach where the ceiling and the wall meets. 3. 2. 1. On your exhale, collapse. Round out the spine, let go, release. Check in. You feel your gripping? Turn the palms up. Feel like your shoulders are coming up too much to the ears? Walk your arms a little bit more forward if you like. Don't be afraid to readjust your positioning. To readjust where you are in the space in your pose. Every day your body changes. So the pose might feel different today than it did yesterday or last week or a month ago or a month from now. So connect with the present as you breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2. On the inhale, roll the spine all the way up. Roll the shoulders up to the ears and down the back. Hello, straight spine. Inhale, reach the arms out and up to the stars. Slowly on your exhale, twist to the left. Right hand to the outside of that left leg. Left hand behind you, diagonal from the hip or directly up behind. Chin stays in line with the center of the chest and feel where you are here. Feel okay, feel good. Then the chin goes over towards that left shoulder, if you choose. If the twist is not feeling so good for you, remember you have the opportunity to back off. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, you unwind, bring the arms all the way up, unwinding the spine, chin comes to neutral. Exhale, the arms come down. Right foot to the floor and the knee comes up. Readjust. Shoulders are down, heart is open. You take the hands and you kind of hold on to the leg for a moment and just kind of notice, hey, spine, how do we feel here? You can stay here and do the twist, or right foot goes to the outside of that left leg. You can stay here and do your twist, or left foot towards that right glute as you bend the knee. You can stay here and do the twist. So that that left hand goes on the outside of that right leg, right hand goes behind you. You lift up through the spine. You roll that right thigh in towards the belly, and on your exhale, turn the torso to the right side. So Maria, you can actually put a block underneath your foot, since your foot's hanging out in midair at the moment. It might be a little bit more comfortable for you. You're like, whatever. It's all good.
It's there. That's where it is.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's going to be wherever it is. But here's the focus. Spine is still nice and long. The thighs rolling in towards the belly. Shoulders are down. Chest is lifted. Heart is open. Rib cage is moving away from the hips. This way you're working on those obliques. Feel like you got everything good. Turn the chin towards the shoulder. Right shoulder. Right thigh rolling in towards the belly. There you go. Belly going towards the thigh. I like that adjustment, Jess. And also make sure that, yes, the hand is on the outside of that leg, but make sure it's not on the knee per se. You're not pulling it in with the hand, the knee pulling in with the hand. If you're using that arm strength, that hand strength, make sure it's on a fleshy part of the leg rather than on the joint itself of the knee. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly unwind. Let the legs go straight down. Shake them out, pat them down if you like. And this is where we're going to get a little fun. So make sure flesh is moved out of the way. And if you have something underneath you seated, move that out of the way. Because we're going to go for a little butt walk. So we're just going to take a walk towards the front of our mats. No hands. And then we're going to take a walk behind, going back down our mat.
I feel like I could do forward, but backward is like, here we go.
Yes, but that's a good thing. Then let's go forward again. Because we're using our muscles in ways that we probably wouldn't use them. And we're using our joints. So let's go back again. And let's go back to center. And it makes people laugh too. And soles the feet together, thighs open. Spine is nice and long. Spine stays straight. Again, if this is not working for you, just open up both legs and hinge. So you can hold on to the feet, you can hold on to the floor, you can have the blocks in front of you, lifting the floor up to you. Keep the spine straight at first, chin is in neutral. Relax the shoulders as you take a good deep breath in. Stay where you are. On your exhale, you can collapse if you like. Hey back, how you doing? Hey body, how you feeling here? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. On your inhale, roll the spine all the way back up again. Use the inside of the thighs. Bring the knees together. If you need to put something underneath your head, go ahead and bring it back behind you. We're going to end up laying down with the feet to the floor. But let's get in a little bit of abdominal work by slowly lowering the spine to the earth with a straight back as much as we can. As the feet sink to the floor and the knees face up to the ceiling. And then readjust for a moment, readjust the spine, readjust the hips. Hey buddy, how you doing? And let's bring the knees into the chest and give them a hug and rock the spine from left to right. We're gonna go for 5. 4. 3, 2, 1. Let's take the hands to the back of the hamstrings. And if you like, and if you don't need to move around a lot and you have it nearby, you can actually place a strap onto the bottom of the foot. Don't have to, we're not staying there that long. You're gonna straighten the legs all the way up to the ceiling. The thighs are going to come together as much as you can, as close as you can. The strap, for those of you who need it, is just kind of give you a little help, but try to keep everything still nice and chill. So if you need to look around for it, don't even worry about it. So focus on lifting up through your hamstrings, lifting up through your calves as if someone's taking your ankles and pulling you up to the ceiling. And your feet are flat, holding the ceiling up. Pull the belly button down and into the spine. Now let's bring the toes towards the head. Now in the twist, we've kind of worked on really opening up and playing with the spine a little bit. And this is going a little bit more with it as well, playing with the hips and the hamstrings, things that connect. And I have to think of the human body as a machine with the joints and how things move. Levers and pulleys and such. So when you might feel it in one place, discomfort, it actually might be someplace else. And if we can relax and open up in the other place, well, maybe the place that we feel it the most might start to release a little bit more. But if you're using the strap, it's about the legs still, not about the arms. Take a deep breath in, and slowly bring the knee. The right leg is going to stay, and the left leg is going to go long. And we're going to take that right leg and move that right knee out and up into the right armpit, please. So think about how that joint opens. Think about how it feels into the thigh, into the hamstring. You can have the hands swoop underneath to give you support if you need to underneath that knee. You can have support, block if you need that. But it's going out, that right leg, and it's going up. Avara's like, ooh, I feel that in that left. I think Jess does too. So, okay, since you're feeling it in the left a little bit, here's what I would like for you to do. Push through your left heel a little bit more. How does that change things for you? Then point through that left toe a little bit more, those left toes. How does that change for you again? Vara's like, ooh, let me kind of point and flex and point and flex and feel that out. Was it?
That works.
Yeah. You feel something different doing both, right?
Absolutely.
So don't forget to explore the body and how it feels. So let's keep it in the flex motion for the moment, that foot. Now let's bring the right knee back into the chest. Now you're going to take the left hand and you're going to take the left hand onto that right leg, and the right arm is going to go out into a T position. Just bring it on out. Palm up, palm down, that choice is yours. And we're going to go for a full twist on this one. So on your exhale, bring that right leg across the body, over the midline of the body. But more as it keeps going over to that left side, bring it up, in towards that left armpit. So again, if you need support, you can come out of it a little bit, shift the hips a little bit more over to the right, and then go back into the twist if that feels better for you. You can take your block or a blanket or whatever and put it underneath. It's not about how far you get down over them. That we don't care about so much so. But do you feel supported? Try not to crank out the spine so much, even if it is a twist. And so if you're feeling like you need more support and you don't have a block with you or have you, take your left hand and swoop it underneath the knee instead to give you support. But now that we're in the twist, here's what I want you to kind of focus in on. Your low back, your glute, your spine, your hamstring, your shoulder. So Jess, if you would like to, bring the knee into the chest like you just did. Now, bring it over to that left side, but rest your foot onto the fleshy part of your left thigh. That might give you a little bit more support there that you might need. Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay. So definitely think about, oh, and I see you have a block behind you. So you can actually take that block and place it underneath the foot as well. So bring that block over to the left side, and instead of, Now, for you extra then, keep the rotation of that right thigh going in towards your belly, just like we did with the twist before. So Maria, your foot's kind of like dangling again, right? So slide that block underneath it to give it that support. Feel a little bit better there, Jess?
Yeah.
Okay. So twists are supposed to be relaxing and not in the downward dog kind of relaxing where you have to do a whole bunch of work. This is really passive. So finding that place where you can twist and let the body surrender. The shoulder sinks and you breathe. But if you want to add a little activity here, think about your spine lengthening, coming forward. Think about your glute lengthening, coming forward. But also think about your glute and your hamstring going over towards that left side. Catherine, I think you might be able to turn that block onto the second highest end. Is that okay? So you might start out in one place, like Catherine. She had her block high, her leg was a little bit higher. As she's been in this for a while with all of you, notice that, she can go down a little bit more. So the body has a moment, especially when you start to surrender to it, to adapt. And you might naturally feel a drop. So Vara, I saw that you were like, you want to go down a little bit more. If you're going to place that block, I would put it more underneath your foot, but I know you have a knee thing, so I really want to make sure that your knee is protected more than anything else. So we're going to hang out here for 10. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Belly button to the spine. You bring the knee slowly back into the chest. We're not done there. So the back comes on the floor, the glute comes back to the floor. Both hands are kind of wrapped around that right knee. Shoulders are relaxed, okay? You have the choice of leaving that left leg nice and loosey-goosey, pushing through the heel or pointing to the toe. I'm going to leave that up to you. but pull the belly button into the spine. Now I want you to engage that right thigh, bringing it in towards your belly. Not necessarily using the arms to yank it in. The hands can still be there, but this is all about leg strength at the moment. And the abdominals. So with the right knee bent, lengthen your spine and lift your upper torso up off the floor a little bit. And then bring the nose towards the knee. So it's a little bit of an isolation, a little bit of a crunch there. Hold this here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Chin goes to neutral first, and then the spine comes back down. Left foot comes to the floor. Right ankle crosses onto that left thigh. Figure 4. One hand on each to remind you. You might move that left foot in a little bit closer towards the booty. So now we're playing with the psoas, front of the hip muscle. And that can wreak a little bit of havoc if you sit a lot, run, cycle. You might feel nothing here, and that's exactly fine. And you might feel everything here, and that is exactly fine. Both are correct. But it's also still there, and you're still stretching it. Pat, switch legs. We're still on the right leg. Yeah, we didn't switch legs at all. We're still on the right. You're welcome. So, you can stay here. In this figure 4, there's no, you're not closing up the leg isn't crossed, there's space in between. Or now you can lift that left foot up at a 90-degree angle. This means that bottom of the foot is facing towards me, not the ceiling, not the floor. As you bring that left thigh in towards you, you can have one hand on each to remind you of the direction that things are going. People like to go ahead and grab a hold of that left leg because it's going to be easier to yank and pull it in, because that's where they feel it the most, in that glute, in that hamstring. But that doesn't mean that nothing is still happening over on that right side. So you still want to focus in on rotating that right hip away from you, dropping that right hip away from you, reminding you that right hip still has a job to do as the left thigh comes in. Multiple things at the same time, going in different directions. Hey body, how you doing? How are you feeling here? What's going on here? Breathing it all in and letting it all go. So you can stay where you are, or you can start to straighten out that left leg up to the ceiling, coming into more of a hamstring stretch. Do you have to? Absolutely not. So now you can take the hands and you can place a hand on each if you like, or you can take the hands and place it onto the back of that left leg, not the back of the knee though. Hey body, how you doing? Now if you're doing this hamstring stretch with the straight left leg, the knee is not bent, but it's also not locked. You have to find the in-between. And that right thigh is still rolling away from you. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Left foot comes down to the ground. Right leg is going to cross completely over the left. Arms out into a T position. And this is where I'm going to leave it a little bit open to you. So take a moment, assess the body. We're going to go for a twist in a moment, but you're going to choose which way to go. If the knees are going over to the right side, lift the hips and move them a little to the left. If you're choosing the knees to go over to the left side, lift the hips and move them a little bit over to the right. And on your exhale, find your twist by letting your knees come down to a side. The shoulder still stays on the floor. So you're going to take a moment and go, hey body, all right, is this where I need to be? Is this where I'm at? If the answer is, I don't know, I don't think so, then slowly lift up the knees back to center again and change the twist if that's where you need to go. Do you have to? No. If you're happy where you're at, stick with it. But the thing is to make sure that you take a couple of breaths in the pose before you decide to change it. So you can really ask yourself, is this exactly what I need? Or is this an aversion to something? And then breathe. This is very passive. This is letting gravity do its thing. You can turn the head to the opposite side of the legs if you like. So if the knees are going right, you might turn the head to the left. If the knees are going left, you might turn the head to the right. And this is where your body, your mind might start to get into that monkey mind phase of bing, 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 bing. Because everything's quieted down a little bit. Well, this is also the time that you come to your breath even more. In the back of the mind, you might say inhale as you breathe in and exhale as you breathe out. You might actively say, let my shoulders drop down in the back of the mind. Allow my body to feel heavy here. And if you're feeling any pangs and discomfort, but they're not serious, or you know that it's just passing, because you're in your body, I'm not in your body, you are. So you can make that distinction. You can take that and breathe into the spaces. So, oh, you know what, I feel a little bit in my back, I feel that stretch, I can just feel that sensation. Breathe into it. Visualize the breath going right into that space where you feel a sensation. And visualize with everything in you that breath pushing out any of that tension and tightness that you feel. Visualize it leaving your own body here, letting go. And on the exhale, allow yourself to relax. Allow yourself to sink in, to let go, to release, to surrender. Let it go. You have a few moments here. Four, three, two, one. On your inhale, slowly bring the chin back to neutral. The knees back to center, the knees into the chest, unwrap them, rock the spine a little bit. If you would like to go into what's called a happy baby, you're more than welcome to. Bringing the knees into the armpits and the hands to the outside of the feet. You can bring the feet to the floor and let the knees sway from left to right. Because the body can be a little cranky after holding a pose for a bit. Even something as gentle as as a gentle twist. Let it go. As you move and as you play with the body in a very slow and gentle manner, you're taking in, assessing how it feels and where it feels here still. How's the back? How's the body? And let's keep now the left knee into the chest as the right leg goes long down your mat. So you know that you need something underneath the knee. Pat just reminded me. You know that your back bothers you with that leg straight. Just slightly bend the knee or put something underneath it if you need that. Your hands are going to come to that left leg. And we're going to bring that left knee out and up into the left armpit. And if you need support, you know to grab it. Just swoop the hand underneath if you need to. And this is more about the knee going up into the armpit than just out. But you want to feel the inside of the thigh, the inside of the hip, that groin area. You want to notice the outside of the hip, the glute as well, and how it's working here for you. You want to keep your shoulder relaxed. You want to keep that right shoulder on the ground. And then let's take a moment while you are moving that knee out and up. Let's play with the right heel if you choose to, pushing it through or pointing it and just kind of noticing that hip joint there. Exploring that. And if you're still finding yourself struggling, relax. It's okay. It's just yoga. Tomorrow might be better. It's all good either way. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. You bring that left knee back to center. The left arm goes out into a T position and the right hand takes over. Remember, you can swoop the hand underneath the knee if you need that extra support. And slowly, carefully bring that left knee across the body, across the midline of the body, but up into that right armpit, coming into a twist. So if you find that you need more support, go ahead and use your block or blanket or whatever you have near you or with you to help you. You can even put the foot onto the thigh, the fleshy part of the thigh, not the knee joint though. The shoulder stays down. The left one. As you breathe. You let the spine lengthen. You wiggle, you squiggle, and make sure that everything feels good. Catherine, I love the use of the wall there. Hey buddy, how we doing? How do I need to readjust this to make this right for me? You don't even have to go into a full twist. It could be a quasi-twist, where your leg's not coming all the way over. And once you feel like you have this, gently turn the head towards the left side. So if you need to come out of it to get back into it, absolutely. You okay there, Favara? And you might notice one side is completely different in how it talks to you, and how it moves, and how it feels. So make the right and proper adjustment for what you need, for what the body needs. There you go, Varvara.
That works.
Yeah. So it might even be saying, screw this single leg twist, let me do a double one instead because my back feels better for it, or my knee feels better for it. Especially if you don't have the stuff around you to help support you. Since we're bare bones at the moment. See, Bavara, for you, if we had access to the bolsters, I'd probably put a bolster between the thighs, between the knees, to give you a little bit more support.
I'm just gonna have to go get one, that's all.
So breathe into the spaces. Breathe into the sensation. Connect. You can even take that left hand, if you like, and place it onto the back and the hip as if you're pushing it down, forward, towards me, if that feels good for you. And guess what? If it doesn't, don't do it. You okay there, Patricia? Okay. So just breathe. Relax and let it go. You have 10. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. You pull the belly button into the spine to help protect the back, not sucking in the breath, not holding it in, but engaging the muscle. You bring the head back to neutral first and take a breath, pause. And with control, you bring the knee back to center, and the back to the floor and the glute to the floor. But the knee stays into the chest, and you might use both hands around that leg. Your shoulders slide down the back, you lengthen the spine, and remember this is optional. You lift up the torso, and then you bring the nose towards the knee. Squeezing the thigh in, but not just pulling it in with your arms. It's coming from the abdominals, it's coming from that upper hip. It's coming from the thigh itself. Then you bring the chin back to neutral, and the spine comes all the way back down to the ground. So now we're going to take that right foot to the floor and bend that right knee. And you're going to cross the ankle onto the thigh. Readjust the hips if you need to. Walk that right foot into the glute a little bit more if you like. A hand on each to remind you. And you're going to actively roll that left hip, left thigh away from you, from the joint. Remember, if your hand is on the hand is not on the knee. It's on the fleshy part instead. And you're going to check in. Hey body, how you doing? So the right foot is still on the floor. We're not there yet. Even though that's where you want to go and that's where you might want to feel, just take a moment to be here. With the right foot on the floor, with the left thigh, the left ankle crossing. Notice. Because it's going to talk to you. Even if right now at first it might not say anything, it's going to talk to you. Hey body, how you doing? What's going on? How are we dropping that hip? How are we rolling that left thigh? How's our shoulders? Where's our spine? Okay. All right. This is where I'm at. This is how I feel. Because now the question is going to be, do I want to lift that right foot up off the ground or not? Because remember, rights and left sides can be different. So when you're ready, go ahead. Now lift that right foot up. The reason why I give you that chunk of time is so that you can really get a chance to feel, to notice, rather than just bulldozing and rushing right through it. We're going to get there. And what I also notice is when people rush ahead and we're holding things, they get tired and they bring that foot down or they bring that leg down or they come out of it while people are just getting to it. So be patient with your body. Be patient with the journey of the class. It's going to get there. And yes, I say, ignore me when you have to. Listen to your body. So now we have that right foot up off the floor and that left thigh is rolling away if you chose it. The left thigh continues to roll away. Right foot not facing to the floor, not facing to the ceiling, but straight on because it's a 90-degree angle. Right thigh is going in towards your belly. Left thigh is moving away from you. How do you feel here? Where do you feel it here? Do you need to bring it down? You can. You don't have to sustain it. Leg is going to get tired. The legs are freaking heavy. But also, sometimes that stretch can be so intense for some people. Breathe into it. Take a break, come back to it. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay where you are. Bring the foot down, that right foot if you choose to, and hold it there, or straighten up that right leg up to the ceiling. You can take the hands behind the leg, giving you that little stretch. So this is that hamstring stretch. So I'll say it again. You could stay where you are in that figure 4 with the foot up off the floor, that right foot up off the floor. You can bring that right foot back down to the floor and keep rolling that left hip away. Or now you can straighten up that right leg, coming into a more of a hamstring stretch. As that right leg straightens up, you're still in the figure 4, rolling that left thigh away. The hands can go onto the back of that right leg if you like, finding a stretch, hamstring. Hold this here for 8, wherever you're at. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You bend that right knee. The right foot comes to the floor. Left leg crosses completely over that right leg. Arms into a T position. And now you're going to take that pause. Because now you're going to choose. Okay, body. We're going for this twist. What do I need? Now wait for it. Because I know some of you are like ready to rush into the place that you think you want to go. You can go into the exact same side if you want. You can go for the exact same twist with the legs this way though, if you like. Remember, you don't have to have matching bookends. Feel your body first and foremost. You can lift your hips to the opposite side that you're bringing the knees, and then gently drop the knees down to whatever side that feels right. Now, before you choose to rush out of anything, take a few breaths. Feel where you are first and foremost. Hey body, how does this feel? how is this choice? And there's no right or wrong choice, just how is it? What's going on here? Where do I feel it? How do I feel it? How is my body talking to me? Listen to it. How do I need to adapt this for my body in this moment? So now is the time for readjustment after you've been there for a few breaths. So it might mean taking a block. It might mean let me uncross my legs and do a double stack instead. It might mean let me find the right leg placement, moving the knees up a little bit higher to the armpit, moving the knees a little bit lower away from the armpit. Take it. And then take a couple of breaths there. And check in again. Hey body, is this what I need? Is this what my body needs in this moment? If the answer is yes, go ahead and turn the head to the opposite side of the knees. If the answer is no, go ahead and readjust it again, slowly and carefully, and then go through the process again, taking a couple of breaths. But you're not rushing through the process. You can lengthen the spine. Allow your body to surrender in the twist. Once you've placed everything that you need to place where it's at, a block, blanket, bolster pillow, whatever, let go. Let the mind get quiet as you come to the breath, and let it go. Your shoulders get heavy. If you notice that you're fidgeting, come to the breath even more. As you breathe in, say inhale. As you breathe out, say exhale in the back of the mind. And if you need to, if you feel sensation anywhere, have the breath travel to that spot through visualization. Hey body, how you doing? And wait for the answer. You have a few moments here, so let go. Resist the urge to open up the eyes. Bring the chin back to a neutral place. The knees start to rise back up to center. Release them and bring the knees into the chest and rock the spine a little bit. And now this is where you focus on kindness. Focus on gentleness. Take the movements that your body needs here. Whether it's the knees swaying from left to right, whether it's a happy baby, whether it's a hamstring stretch again, the legs up in the air. Tune it all in. Hey body, how we feel? Where do we feel it? How we do it? And we're going to bring our feet down to the ground. We're going to lift the hips and shift them a little bit over to the right side, to the left side a little bit. And turn over onto the bellies. The arms underneath the head. Take your time to get there. Wiggle and squiggle. Take a good deep breath in and let it all out. Let's open up the feet a little bit wider as you bend the knees. And let the feet sway gently from left to right, nice and easy. Notice the low back. Notice the hips. And let the legs go long. Slide the hands to the outside of the chest with the elbows off the floor, and elbows tucked in. Roll the shoulders down the back, and on your inhale, peel up, baby cobra. How do you know you're in baby cobra? Because you can lift the hands up off the floor and still stay up on your own. Your neck is in line with the spine. The hands do come back down to the earth though. Lengthen your spine here. Press the pelvis into the floor and lengthen your legs to the back of the room. There you go. Breathe it. If you feel like the need to come up a little bit higher, you're more than welcome to, or you can stay in baby cobra if you want. You can stay where you are. Now slide the elbows forward into crocodile sphinx pose. Nice and easy, lifting the chest up a little bit higher. The elbows come in front of the chest a little bit, but not too close to each other. The arms, the forearms are pressed into the floor as you press and lift up. If you feel like you need a little bit more with the neck, no matter where you are, you can drop the chin down without hunching over as you keep lifting up through the heart, through the chest. Getting a little traction to the head of the neck. You can gently let the chin rock from left to right a little bit. And on your exhale, release it back down to the earth with the arms underneath the head. You can turn the head to the right or to the left. Let the legs just kind of flop open and let go. Come to the breath here. Allow the mind to get quiet here. Let everything go. On your exhale, slide the hands to the outside of the chest. And push the booty back towards your heels to a child's pose. Big toes can come together, the knees can move apart, opening up the hips a little bit here. You can rock it a little bit to the left, to the right, just kind of noticing the spine and the hips, feeling the body. As you're here, if you like, you can slowly work your way up into tabletop, hands and knees, and play with the spine gently there. Easy. Rocking the spine back and forth or up and down, playing with the cat and the cow, rounding out the spine, dropping the belly, playing with the hips, moving it forward, moving it back. And slowly working your way into a seated position. Don't worry about which way that you're facing. Just find a place to sit with the spine long and the shoulders down. Rolling the shoulders and moving the torso a little bit, wiggling and squiggling. And you can have the hands rest upon the thighs, upon the belly, one to the heart, one to the belly, or bring the palms together into Anjali Mudra prayer position if you like. And this is where you close out your practice. The breath, an intention, or gratitude, or even prayer. Know that I hold gratitude for each of you, and I thank you. Namaste. Have a beautiful day, and I thank you.
Thank you, Jeff.